Okay. This is Unit 2 study guide for our tests coming up next class period. Go through this on Edpuzzle. I'll be setting you guys up and you can answer the questions as it pauses and get you ready for everything. I would suggest that you take notes as you are going through and try to do the problems as we go. So, Jerry Ali takes photos and videos on her phone. Photos use 20 gigabytes and videos use 45 gigabytes. Her phone can hold less than 500 gigabytes. Let X represent the number of photos and Y represent the number of videos that Jerry Ali can take using her storage space. So when it says write an inequality, what we're going to do is for her storage space is going to be 20. And we're going to say for photos, it was 20 gigabytes. So 20x per photo, 20 per photo. And then 45 gigabytes per per video. So that's Y. And then they said let her phone can hold less than 500. So let's go less than 500 gigabytes. All right. So that's the inequality for the situation. And then Girali wants to take 15 photos. How many videos at most can she take with the remaining storage space? So if she wants to do 15 photos, we would do 20 times 15 plus 45y. And then we would solve for y to see what's the max that she could do. All right, so 20 times 15, 0, 0, 2 is 300. We go 300 plus 45y less than 500. You subtract 300 here, subtract it from here. Then I divide by 45. Okay. When I divide by 45, those of you who struggle with division, first off, I can reduce it by 5. So if I reduce it by 5, let's say will be 40. And it'll be 40 over 9. Okay. 40 times 5 would be 200. Yes, 200, correct. So then once I get there, 9 divided by 40, I don't know if that's going to go in even. So we go 9, will go in there 4 times. It's going to repeat. On the test, we won't have many decimals. But here, she can do, Jerry Ali can do at least less than 4 photos. And the way that you would know is this way. If she does 15 photos, that was going to give us 300. And she can do if they did 4, 45 times 4 is going to give you 2, 20, 16, 180. I'll give you 480. So, but let's say if they did 5, 300 plus 180 will give you 480. And that's still less than 500 gigabytes. But if they did 5, I want you to notice that that will go to 225. And notice how 300 plus 225 is 525. And that is not less than 500. So it's not going to be 5. It would be around 4.4 photos, but just 4 photos would be the correct answer here, because you couldn't have a decimal of photos that you take. All right. So that's that. Does she have enough space in her phone to take 80 photos and 20 videos and justify your answer? So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 20 times 80. And then the videos are 45 times 20. And just right off the bat, you would say no, because 15. Answer would be no, because this is right here alone is going to be 20 times 80. 2. Just to give you a heads up of how this looks. 1600. I would stop right here. Okay. So the answer would be no. I'll keep going. 8, 9. This is 900. You see how this doesn't make that true. This is 2,500 gigabytes. Is not less than. This is not true. Okay. So the answer would be no. She doesn't have enough space when she takes 80 photos and 20 videos. And as you can see here, that is 20 gigabytes for that. So she takes 80 photos. No, it's not going to work for that. All right. You want to look out for the phrases of less than for your word problems for that. Let me try to get this to be thinner if I can. Or take this off. I was trying to make it thin. Okay. But that would be okay. You don't want to make it that thick, but that's what it would be. There. All right. So let's move on to number 2. All right. Number 2, Knott's Berry Farm offers single day tickets and annual passes. Option A, a park visitor can pay $37 for a single day trip to Knott's Berry Farm. Annual option B is annual pass holders pay $101 for unlimited visits for the year, but will need to pay $19 for each visit. And so from your Delta Math experiences, this should be pretty straightforward. So option A will be A of X equals 37x. Option B will be annual pass holders is 101. We would do is 101 for unlimited visits for the year, but will need to pay parking for $19 for each visit. So theirs would be B of X equals 101 plus 19X. Okay, so when we get there, so suppose that it goes write a linear equation for option A, and then suppose the visitor wants to buy 3 single day tickets to Knott's. How much will it cost to park over? So you're going to use that. And it really is A of 3. That means option A wants to buy 3 tickets, so it's 37 times 3. And then you just multiply. 21, and it's 101. Okay, so for option A, it's 101 ticket, $101 for 3. For option B, we have that written, so it's 101 plus 19X. The annual pass holder visits Knott 6 times. How much will that person spend for the entire year? So that one would be B of X equals 101 plus 19X. And I'm going to write that on the next sheet so we have more room. Equals 101 plus 19 for the parking. This is B6 equals 101 plus 19 times 6. Okay. It's 114 plus 101. So B of 6 for 6 tickets bought is 101 plus 114. And 5, 1, 215. So it costs them not 5 of 6, B of 6 equals 215 when they buy 6 tickets. Okay. Now to the next type. We're going to do about 14 problems in this. So, all right. Here, remember that terms for these, the terms are going to be 3A, 2B, comma, 4C, and negative 5. Those are the terms. The coefficients are 3, positive 3, positive 2, positive 4, not negative 5 because it doesn't have a variable. Okay. The terms for the second part, negative 7Q, 3W. And actually, I want to tell you what the combined like terms in this would be negative 4. Okay, because you can combine like terms in that one. So that one would be negative 4. And the coefficients would be just negative 7 and 3. Okay, so you can combine like terms with that negative 7, 6 and 2, with that negative 6 and 2, not negative 7. And your coefficients are just negative 7 and 3. Terms for the last one, 13x, negative 28y, positive 2z. I'm going to put a little cross in there. And then negative 3. The coefficients are 13, negative 28, and 2. Okay, so those will be on the test. Going to be on the test right out the chute, so you guys should be able to get those right out the chute. All right. Now, this is something that was kind of going over on the on Delta Math with more rigor. This one isn't as rigorous. Okay. What I want you to do for the ones that you have on the test, when you have this f of x equals 7x, minus 3. You need to get comfortable with, I'll draw the table. So now you don't have to draw your table, but I'm just going to do it. Okay. And it's -1 if you get these wrong. 0, 1, and 2. All right. Don't have to put anything in this last part. I plug in everything for x. So what I'm going to do is do -7 times 1 minus 3. I get -7 minus 3. That's going to give me -10. I'll put that here. This is my input. This is my output. Okay. 0. Do -7 times 0 is minus 3. So when you get it on the test, you're actually going to have these done, but you need to do this to match it to the right table. So 0 is 0. 0 minus 3 equals -3. Okay. And then we go 7, 1. And this is all f -1, the function of this. This is f function of 0. And this is going to be the function of +1. Which is 7 minus 3 equals 4. So 4 goes here for that output. And then f of 2 equals 7 times 2 minus 3, which equals 14 minus 3, and then it's 11. And eventually you'll know that these are ordered pairs that you can put. This is your x, this is your y, and you can graph them. So ordered pairs of 2, 11, ordered pairs of 1, 4, and so forth. Same thing here, but a lot of times you guys get intimidated by fractions. And don't get intimidated by fractions. Please do not. It's a vital part of our lives, unfortunately. You know, it's in credit cards, it's in everything. So, of course, we hate fractions. And I put myself with we. Look how I'm plugging X in here and doing my arithmetic. If you never knew how to do this, you multiply across. 3 times -4 is -12. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 2. This is going to take a little bit more paper, just a tad bit. -3 when I divide those. And this is -1. So we would put -1 here. That's what I'm going to type in here so you guys can see that. If I put 0, remember, f of 0 anything times 0 will be 0. So 0 plus 2 is 2. All right. It's imperative that you guys go over and actually really do this video. F of 4 equals 3/4 times 4 plus 2. Okay. And then I'm going to multiply 12. And then this is +4. Notice that this is +3 now. F of 4 equals 5. Did I put 0 in? Yes, I did. So this will be 5. And then the outcome of this It's going to be f of 8 equals 3/4. So I want everything to come out smoothly. So put in 8 here plus 2. And there's different ways that your teachers have taught you in the past. I'm keeping it simple right now. 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4. No common denominator needed when you multiply. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Sorry about that little delay. I was about to say 3, but no. It's 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. So f of 8 actually is 8, and that's what it is. Okay. So notice it's kind of like is rising. It's going to rise 3 and run 4. Rise 3, run 4. Rise 3 and run 4. So it is rising by 3 on this side, but notice how it's running on 4 on the X side. Okay. And then the same thing for here. You got to plug in everything for f of x. This is just basic testing your arithmetic out. This should be very easy to do. Like a lot of stuff you did for your homework, it was a little bit harder. So f negative 1 equals negative 5 times negative 1 minus 2. So remember, a negative times a negative is a positive. 5 minus 2 is 3. So we'll put 3 here. 0. F of 0 was negative 5 times 0 minus 2. F of 0 equals 0 minus 2. F of 0 equals negative 2. Okay. Then we'll go ahead on and do F1, which equals negative 5 times 1 minus 2 equals negative 5 minus 2. F1 equals negative 7. Okay. And finally, F of 2, plug that in. Equals negative 10 minus 2. F of 2 equals negative 12. Okay. Okay. We'll go on to the next, to number 7. Okay. A Lexus RX 350's gas tank holds 19 gallons. Car uses about 2.5 gallons of gas for each hour of driving. Let Y represent the number of gallons in the tank, and X represent the number of hours driving after the tank is filled. All right, so build a linear equation that models this situation. Use function notation. In this case, you would do Y. But if we were doing something like, if I wanted to do like the Lexus, I'm going to put that too. That would be L of X. So I'm going to do both. It has 19 gallons plus, but it uses. So I'm not going to do plus. It uses. See how it says it uses? I'm going to annotate that. Hopefully it's not as thick, but it may be. So let me go here. So uses is a key term that it has. And let me try to erase that off and highlight it with here. Go here and highlight that. That's going to be a better annotating here. It uses. Let me see if I can annotate it. Yeah, uses 2.5 X 0.5 gallons for each hour. So this is the Lexus, or the amount that you drive the Lexus depends on how long you drive it. And you're going to use 2.5 gallons per hour. 2.5 gallons per hour. You got 19 in there. So when we go to this for something for like 3 hours, go L of 3. And then it's all arithmetic skills here. You need to relax and know that you need to know how to multiply. I'm going to multiply here. So this is 15, 6, 7, 7.5 minus 19, L of 3. And then we're going to do 19. You can put a 0 here. Minus 7.5. Take that off. That was a mistake. Borrow. And you have, after 3 hours, 11.5 gallons left of gas. Okay. Now, the part where it says, how long does it take for your car to be empty? We have L of X equals 19 minus 2.5x. And you want to say that this is 0 now. Okay, so we're going to subtract 19. Subtract 19. Negative 19. Divide by negative 2.5. And you can use your calculator because you're obviously at home taking an exam, but notice that a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And here I have to move my decimal. So I'm going to bring this down as a positive 19, positive 2.5, so I can move my decimal. Move it here, move it here. So this ends up being 190 divided by 25. And I can get a decimal amount of hours. You know, I can. And I also know I can reduce it by 5. But I'm not going to do that right just yet. I'm going to do this by 25 first. Notice that I can do, let me think. 4 quarters make $1, so 25 times 4. So I know that 24 times 8 is $2. So I know that that's going to give me 200. So let's look at 7 or possibly 6. Let's use 6. 0, 3. This is 12. And this is going to be 150. All right. Now let's go. That's a little too low. Let's use 7. 5, 3. This is 175. And notice that if I do 8, I'm going to get to 200. That would be too big. So I'm going to go 7 and 175. This is going to be 8, 10, 150. Because I got to put the decimal and bring down to 0. So 7.6. So 7.6 hours for me to run out of gas. Okay. 7.6 hours to run out of gas. To be empty. You got to put 0 in for your output when it says how long is it going to be empty. And you got to be able to solve this way. Okay. Let's look at this. Chuck D'Amelio, a TikTok star, makes 180 per dance post and 75 per challenge post. She wants to make more than $1,000. So that is put there. Wants to make more than $1,000. So she gets 180 per dance, $75 per challenge. According to the inequality, how many dance posts does she need to reach her goal? So let's see. According to the inequality, how many dance posts does she need to make her goal? And put that dance posts. Let's see. And I would say like this: if she just was doing dance posts and I was doing something like that, I would put it this way: I wouldn't. She's not going to do any challenges. Okay, to make at least this. So this will be 180D because 75 times 0 is 0. Then you bring down 1,000. And then I like to divide this way, guys. So then if I do 118, okay, it's not going to come out evenly like I would want, but let's do as many as we can. I know times 5 will be 90. And it's going to repeat on my decimal. It's going to continuously repeat. So for dance posts, at least around 5 or less. Her dances will be greater than that, but more than 5.5. And then for dancing and posting, we would make that 5. Or I could round it up to 6 maybe and say 6 be there. Because if we do 180 times 6, 0, 48, 4, this will be too many. Well, no, it won't. It'll be greater. If we did 5, how much will we have? No, it won't work. So it needs to be greater than 5.5. So it needs to be 6. It has to be 6. At least 6 dances. So make sure that you're able to do that. And know that. Okay, to reach her goal. Okay, according to the above inequality, how many challenge belts does she need to reach her goal? Now the same thing. I would do 180 C, or let me look at it, 180D plus 75 C. Then you make this 0 plus 75 C greater than 1,000. It won't be this rigorous on the test either, so don't worry about having to remember this as much, but just look at that. That's going to be 0.75 C greater than 1,000. 75 C greater than 1,000. Divide by 75. Divide by 75. And then show you this on here. I will go in here one time because 2 times will be 150. And that comes out the way we need it. No, it doesn't. Let's see, I was about to subtract 1. So 2, 0. Bring down that 0. So 250. I was about to say 2. Let's try 4. No. If I do 4, that's going to give me 300, I believe. Yes, it will. So 75 times 3. 15. 225. So we got 3. 225. Let's go one more. which is 250. Look like it's going to repeat with threes. So for challenges 13, you know, you can have greater than 13. If you have 75 times 13, let's see what that'll give you. That's 15, 225, 5, 7. Let's see if you did 13. This won't work. You know, if it's 13, that's why I see greater than 13. So 7, 9. So see how that's less than 1,000. So since it's 13.3, 14 is going to work. So anything over 14, so 14 over that is going to be 1,050. So anything that's greater, just be cognizant of that. And we're going to do the last ones on here with that. So we're at 9. The Hawthorne Cheer is hosting a fundraiser. They plan to sell pom pom cake pops for $3, spirit shakes for 5. Wants to make at least 350 per cheer camp. Let X represent the number of. Let me put that in there. Of cake pops. So and Y represent the number of shakes. So the inequality. We will pause the video, see if you can do it, but this is to make sure that you know that you're right. So 3 x plus 5y at least, okay, it's going to be this or equal to. Okay, this will be given to you on the test though, but at least means greater than or equal to 350. Okay, and that's what that model is. Will Cheer reach their fundraising goal if they sell 55 cake pops and 25 shakes? So that's 3 times 55 plus 5 times 25. And we got to see if we're going to reach our goal. So 55 times 3. Looks like we might. 25 times 5. That's 125. Let's see if we reach our goal of at least 350. So we're going to do 165 plus 125, 9, and 390. So yes, we will. And that's how you justify it mathematically. All right, even if it equals 350, it'll work. All right. Now, you will have to convert this to slope intercept form. So notice we had 3x plus 5y greater than or equal to 350. So you need to subtract your 3x on one side, subtract it on the other. We bring it in. Divide by 5. And y is going to be greater than or equal to, I believe that's going to be 70 when we do it. Like if I divide that, that's 70. So that's 70 minus 3/5 x. And you can leave it like that. Okay, so that's slope intercept form. If you prefer, you can flip it to negative 3/5 x plus 70. All right, but I don't mind that. Okay, 10. Anime Club wants to go to Comic Con 2021. You need to fundraise at least $1,500 for the trip. They plan to sell Naruto sketches for $7 and Hunter X Hunter sketches for $11. Let X represent the number of Naruto sketches and Y represent the number of Hunter x Hunter sketches. 7x for Naruto and plus 11y for Hunter x Hunter, at least greater than or equal to 1500. Okay. Now, Anime Club sells 52 Naruto sketches. How many Hunter x Hunter sketches do they need to sell to reach that goal? So that's going to be 752 plus 11y, 1500. 364 plus 11y. And then you subtract. And then you will divide. So we'll subtract this. 9 and 10. 6, 3, 1, and 1. Bring everything down. Divide by 11. And then we go ahead on and do our division. I'm going to do it right over here. See if we could get something even. This will be 1. 3 is not going to go in. 0. Bring down 6. 3 goes there. Down 6. Go 3. And then 30. And then we'll just stop at, because this will be 2 and 22. And then 8. So we'll just say y is greater than or equal to 103.3. But in order for them to reach their goal, we will say 104. You know, if they said 103, 104, we can go 104. At least 103 or more, but 104 will probably be the proper answer there. If you get that kind of action, the rigor won't be as much for that. This will be there though, for sure. 7x plus 11y greater than or equal to 1500. And when they ask you for slope intercept, please work on this on delta math minus 7x. You can work on it here and review it. Bring everything down. Divide by 11. Divide this by 11. And here by 11. See if 11 goes into 1500. Clean. 1 times, no. So 4, 3, 7. This is going to be 6. Then it's going to start over again. It's going to repeat, but it's just going to keep going. 3. It's going to keep going from there. So this would be y is greater than or equal to 136.4 minus 7 over 11x, or 7 over 11x, and it's negative 7 over 11x plus 136.4. Okay, so that's slope intercept form. Will the club reach its goal with 30 and 60 Naruto and 30 Hunter X? Let's see. 60 Narutos, you gotta do that. And 30, gotta do this. Greater than or equal to 1500. Let's see. This is gonna be 420. And the way we know that, it's like this: 0, 42. Now this one, 30, got a quick way of doing it. It's cool. 0, 3. I think it's 330. 0, 3. Yep. So 420 plus 330. That don't look like it's gonna make it because we need it to be greater. So 420, 330. Nope. So this is not true, and you won't reach your goal. Not an H, but will not. Okay. Okay. This is some of the ones we've done in class already, but I wanted to redo them. These are all cleaner, but this is something you need to prepare yourself for. So you got, suppose you earn 15 each hour babysitting on the weekends. You also have a part-time job at Starbucks where you earn $10 per hour plus a $6 tip for the day. So I'm redoing these again. So you should be able to get these on the Edpuzzle. B of H is going to be 15H. B, your Starbucks is S of H equals 10H plus a $6 tip. All right. Now this T of H, remember you have to combine like terms. It's going to be both of them plus 10H plus 6. So this is going to actually be 25H plus 6 for T of H. Okay. And then when will the two earn the same amount of money? You got to put these both equal to each other. You have to. And then you have to solve. Subtract 10H, subtract 10H, 5H equals 6. All right. And then divide by 5. And then you can change this to a decimal. But everything's going to be pretty much clean on the test. So 1 times 5, 1 point. So it's 1.2 hours when they're going to have the same. Okay. So that's that. Okay. We've already seen these. Some of you guys have seen all of them. So we're just doing them again. All right. So we got, suppose Anna has been saving her money over the summer. Anna's savings can be modeled by the equation where A of X equals 80X plus 10. And where X represents the number of months. And then Grace has also been saving her money over the summer, and her saving can be modeled by the equation G of X equals 100X. Okay. How many months will it take for Anna to save 250 for a pair of AirPods? So you use this function. Put 250 here for the output because that's what you want to see how long it's going to take her to save. Subtract 10, subtract 10, 240 equals 80X. Divide by 80 and divide by 80. Cross those zeros out. 24 divided by 8 is 3. Okay, so it'll take her 3 months to save for 250. Grace, after 6 months, because her function is this, is 100X. So for 6, it's going to be 100 times 6. So G of 6 is going to be 600. Just as simple. What's their total savings? Okay, so total savings, T of X, is going to equal Anna's 80X plus 10 plus Gina's, or Grace, I'm going to say Gina, I don't know why, plus 100X. So we combine like terms. And it's 180X plus 10. Okay. And that's for total. How much do they have saved together after 2? T of 2, 2 months. 180 times 2 plus 10, which is 360 plus 10. Okay. It's 370. Now we're going to be using the same deal. Oh, suppose the girls are saving money to attend BTS concert. They wanted to buy 3 tickets out, cost them $550. If they pull their money together, how many months will it take them to save $550? So you would put in $550 for here. Do 80x. I would do 180x actually plus 10 because we want to use this equation. Subtract 10. Subtract 10. That's 540 equals 180x. Divide. Plus off the zeros. 54 divided by 18 is 3. So x equals 3 months. All right, next, when will the girls earn the same amount of money? So we would do 80x plus 10 equals 100x. Subtract 80x, subtract 80x, it's 20x. This will not be 2. It'll be a half. It'll be 1 over 2 or 0.5. So be careful on your calculator what it gives you. It is 0.5, 0.5, what it gives you. And this means it's 30 days in a month. So it actually will be 15 days when they make the same amount. The same amount. Okay. Okay. Keep it rocking. This is what we didn't get to on the even periods. Got to it in my first. So we went over it too on the top of the show for here. But this is going to look more like how the test looks. So get comfortable with it. Londale ASB, and it's going to be easier. So it's selling t-shirts and sweatshirts to donate to the mission that serves the homeless. They plan to sell t-shirts for $10 and sweatshirts for 20. The ASB wants to make at least $400. If X represents number of t-shirts and Y represents the number of sweatshirts, ASB's earnings can be modeled by the linear inequality 10x plus 20y greater than or equal to 400. So will ASB reach their fundraising goal if they sell 10 t-shirts and 5 sweatshirts? So if they do that, it's going to be 10 t-shirts, 10 times 10 plus 5 sweatshirts, 20 times 5. This will be 100. And this will be 100. So the answer is no, because they only made $200. So no. Okay. And you would say because they are short by $200. Okay. Where'd it go? Will ASB reach their fundraising goal if they sell 20 t-shirts and 10 sweatshirts? Okay, so let's do this. 10 times 20 plus 20 times 10. Okay, so this is 200. And then this is 200. And the answer is yes, because it's greater than or equal to. Because we had to make at least 400. 400 or more. Okay. So that's yes. First one was no. Okay, let's keep it going. This is real key. And I will focus in on here so you can understand it. Okay. Lawndale High School is trying to connect with more students during distance learning by building their social media platform. Let P represent the number of picture posts and V represent the number of video posts uploaded on the Instagram. The school wants to receive more than 75 likes each day. So it's modeled with 15P plus 12V, 15 likes for pictures, 12 likes for videos. So according to the inequality, how many likes does a picture receive? So that would be 15 likes. Okay. How many likes does a video receive? Not B, but 12 for video. For pic and one for vid. Okay. B. Can Lawndale reach their goal if they commit to posting one picture and 5 videos? Explain why. So one picture will go here and replace P. And 5 videos will go here and replace V greater than 75. So 12 times 5 is 60. 15 times 1 is 15. And look, it is equal. But you don't reach your goal because the answer here is no. Because you need more than 75, not equal to. Not equal to 75. Okay. So that's why. All right, let's continue on. Let's see. Can Lawndale reach their goal if they commit to posting 2 pictures and 4 videos? So we got 15 times 2. And what was it? 12 times 4. Greater than 75. So this is going to be 30. And then this is going to be 48. So yeah, because when we add it, this is going to be 78. And we can reach our goal. So yes, this is more than 75. Okay. And what else we got? That looks like it's a wrap. So that's all of it. Everything but the graphing and shading, so you got to remember on here, I'll do one Delta Math little deal of graphing and shading that doesn't show here. But other than that, everything on this study guide is going to be on the test. And let me put on this video to end it. Go here. And we'll go here. We're almost almost there. Let it load. And then graphing, linear equations, inequalities, and here. So this will be on the test as far as not doing it, but you got to pick them out. So I'm going to go past this, past this. I'm even going to go past that because you don't even have to switch it. So we'll do this one. All right. So we'll do one that has a dash, one that doesn't. That's solid. So remember, you're going to have to change this over on the test. So we subtract x. If it were negative, we would add x. Then we just divide. We're not going to flip on the test. You do flip this, but we'll probably do that more in the next unit. About 6. About 6. Y is less than -8. And this is -1 over 6x. Okay, so -8. And this is going to be dashed shade below because it's pointed towards the y. The inequality is dash shade below. So we go -1. And then we want to go down 1 and over 2 to the right 6. And then we want to change it to dashed. So change dashed. No, I did shade first. Change this. And then we want to change the shade also. So it's a dash line, shade underneath. Hopefully I'm right. If not, we'll check it out on what I did wrong. Okay. So I think it was right. It usually shows the check mark. All right. But it would tell me if I was wrong, though. So you minus x, divided. See, it's negative. And we add the -8. Everything's good. Everything's real good. Shade down. So I didn't get I love my green check mark. All right. But it's showing. I don't know. It's tripping right now. Okay. Let's go to one that's going to be a solid line. Okay. Let's do this one. Okay. This one you don't have to divide. So let me give you some coefficients in there. All right. This one right here. So 3x plus 2y greater than or equal to -6. So we subtract 3x, 2y greater than or equal to -6 minus 3x, divide by 2, and divide by 2. So y greater than or equal to -3 minus 3 over 2x. Okay, so it's going to be solid, shade above because it's greater than, it's open towards it. So shade above. And it's solid. Okay. Because it's greater than or equal to. So we're going to start at -3. And then we're going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3, and over twice. And then we got a solid line, and we're going to shade above it. And you're going to have to pick out of these. So you'll see these pictures on your test, and you got to pick. So you got to know how to do it in order to pick. Let's see if this is cool. So good. Got my green check. Shows you what you're doing, and then that's it. All right. That's the end of this video. Okay. So that's the study guide of everything.